Hello everyone, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Ben. That's with a B and an E and an N. I clarify because some people think I say Matt when I say my name. So recently, I kind of got a little bit nostalgic, and I wanted to play some of the games that I used to play when I was a kid. And I'm a 28-year-old man, so these games are like 20 years old. This is one of them. It's called Riddle of the Sphinx. Well, let me just read this. Where are you? You have arrived at the Giza Plateau, in front of the Great Sphinx. Now, in this game, we play as an archaeologist, and I'd be a little bit concerned if the archaeologist didn't know that he was in front of the Sphinx. Violent sandstorms have once again covered most of the Sphinx and Great Pyramids. After years of digging, noted archaeologist Sir Gil Blythe Jeffreys uncovered a secret chamber overlooked for centuries. Jeffreys' first and only trip revealed an ancient, brittle papyrus scroll, a discovery of importance exceeding that of the Rosetta Stone. That was my phone. So basically, the plot of the game is that we are friends with this Gil fella, and we are here to find him, because he went missing. And he left us a whole bunch of clues that we have to follow. Oh man, this takes me back. So I kind of played the first little bit before I started recording, just to sort of refresh myself as to how we play it. There's the music. So before we go, this is the tent that we're going to be going into over here. But before we go in there, let's take a look at the sights. Down here. There she is. There he is. I forget exactly what they intended with that. Go over here, and there is... That's important. This opening in the side of the Sphinx. If we go down here, it gets quiet. It gets very quiet, but then it gets very loud. And this here is, get away from that. That steel plate in there is essentially what we're going to be trying to move. But we're going to do it in the most roundabout way possible. No explosives will be used to get all up in there. So let's go over here and go inside the tent. So this is Gil's tent. So now, how many of you ever played this, or if this is a whole new experience for you? But it's essentially, as you can see, it's a point-and-click adventure game, and you have to go around and solve puzzles and discover clues and stuff. Remember, the first thing we have to do is go in here, but we need to work that out in some way here. Just kind of look around for a bit. Oh yeah. Got gruel. That looks appetizing. Instructions for the lock there. We all know how locks work, though. Now, this will date the game. It's kind of hard to read there, but you can see February 27th, 2005. And I remember when I originally played this game, back when I was a kid, that date was in the future. So it's probably like 10 to 12 when I was first playing this. And in those days, I never used to be able to do anything without the help of a guide on our. You'd have to go online to the dial-up internet and look up the answers to a lot of the puzzles. But we're going to try to not do that in this playthrough. Alright. So we have a message for our dear old friend. That's us. We are the dear friend. Let's give this a listen.
Friend, if you are listening to this tape, then I have met with an untimely death. And as I suspected, the curse is real.
Let's see.
An untimely death. And as I suspected, the curse is real. Please do not be frightened. I stumbled onto this knowledge too late to know, but you will have the foresight and ever valuable time to carry on my work. I have made a discovery so profound, it will change the way in which man has recorded history. But you must be careful. I cannot reveal too much, lest I fear the others of this site have brought with them a great deal of greed, and would sell my discovery to the highest bidder, placing this invaluable jewel of history into the wrong hands. And although I've told no one, I now realize a few of these cretins I once called my colleagues know that I found something of significance. I suspect they were eavesdropping during my dictation. Even though I do not believe that greed will push them to inflicting bodily harm, I firmly believe them not only capable of, but conspiring to thievery. Therefore, I've taken great care to secure the locations of any valuable information. Of course, you now are the only one that has this information. I have provided you with the necessary clues, but that is all I can tell you. And if you are as quick-witted as I once knew you to be, surely you should not be dissuaded. However, I will give you this last advice. Assume nothing, examine everything, and, of course, write exhaustive notes. And whatever you do, do not give up. This will not be easy, but I am most certain that the reward of your discipline will be grand. I must tell you, I do regret the thought of not joining you on this magnificent quest, but my mind rests at ease knowing that you, my star pupil, will unravel the mysteries of ancient Egypt. Well, old friend, I have much work to attend to, and time wastes not with me, but I implore you, do not take this information lightly. My whole life's work is at stake. Goodbye and good luck.
So, yeah. As you can see, Gil got the curse and died. Dear Gil, I'm writing you unofficially to save you any unnecessary embarrassment. And surely you're aware that the committee is not very happy, to say the least. And with your current lack of findings on the plateau, between you and me, I think we're going to stop funding within a month. With your last letter, you mentioned a find of huge implications. Were I you, I'd let it out of the bag. So sorry to have to be the one to inform you of this unfortunate news, but I figured hearing it from me would be easier to accept. Hope a miracle comes your way. Your friend, Jules P. Hope a miracle comes your way. P.S. Don't make any mention of this letter to the committee. They'll have my head. I'm gonna keep this letter and send it directly to the committee. And that's how blind Gil is. Oh. Ah, there we go. See that nice little box that shows up around anything that needed to be animated, just had like its own little separate cube. No, it's gonna burn my finger. It's gonna burn my finger. That's fine. I have hands of steel from all the pull-ups I do. There's Gil. That's what he looks like. Any cash? There's Gil again. Eyes closed, huh? That's interesting. It's a bit better. Now we're supposed to get a key from somewhere. I actually don't remember where. So I'm gonna search and I'll be back. Actually, for now, let's go and I'll show you the other site, because most of the game does not revolve around the Sphinx. I appreciate that helicopter ride pretty much started with us very nearly crashing straight into the ground. Oh. Is this it? See, again, you can tell that something happens here because of this weird box. Normal people would just dig, but... There we go. I remembered that. That's Greek to me. What are the chances that, like, there's a hidden relic? It's been there for thousands of years. Just lying outside the pyramid. Let's take that. I know we need that. Right, we need to gas this thing up. Because if we try to go in here, everyone gets claustrophobic. Now, let there be light. And thank heavens it gets quieter. Or it has like a fast travel thing where you can press the arrow and it goes, just launches you right out of the pyramid. Like the eject button. The ancient times eject button. Climb up here. It's a little bit disorienting. There's two ways to go here. I think this way is less important, so let's go here first. Up we climb. Here it is. The treasure was the friends we made along the way. Even though in this case we just lost one friend, Gil. Yeah, so that definitely wasn't important, so let's go the other way. Down this way. Oh. Who are you? Dear friend, these ingrates, the whole lot of them... No, I'm not going to read it like that. I will not let them, nor any other bloody set of misfits, steal my life's work. I hope you, my trusted and deserving friend, are now reading this letter, and have found my other clues. This guy has a lot of faith in us. I'm not making any notes. I'm just going to blunder my way through this. You know, this guy would hate me in real life. If it's not too late, the code to Gattenberg's door can be formulated. Yes, I'm still overly protective. By adding together the last 4 digits of my campus ID and the date we finally constructed the Sphinx's scaffolding. Do you remember? I'm sure you will know this latter date, as I wrote it extensively to you about our many difficulties erecting the monstrosity. Plus, I know you've used my ID in the past to buy beer underage, no doubt. Now we can go this way. Little laboratory here. This little robot fella is going to be important. Drinking on the job. Look at this. Maybe it's just seltzer. Right. Okay. This is where we put Wally. And then we just have to turn on everything. Yeah. There we go. And there's this debris, and I remember this. It gets stuck. Now it can't even come back. Oh wait, yes it can. Oh. I think we just teleported back to the opening somehow, but that's alright. Right. And I remember when I was a kid I used to get stuck here, like I couldn't figure out what to do. Turns out you just take the other switch, if I remember right. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now we can keep going. And then this goes on for a long time, if I recall, so stay tuned. See the light at the end of the tunnel. Right. Here we are. Now we need that password. So let's shut this off. Because we've gotten ahead of ourselves here. We've gotten ahead of ourselves. So we need to go back. We need to go back to Gills 10. Remember, last 4 digits of campus ID plus Sphinx's scaffolding. Guys, I just remember where the key is. And it's ridiculous. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? It was in the stew, guys. Where else would it be? We just unlock all these. And put that in our backpack forever. So essentially, by listening to these tapes, which I'm going to do off camera, we get the code for the padlock. And so when I have that, I'll be back.
Probably near the northeast corner of the Sphinx enclosure. If we can even begin to find where that is under all that godforsaken sand. Well, we will. I commend you, old friend. You are more diligent than I first thought. If you look to numbers, you'll find the answer. The number of years minus 30. Do not give up, friend. I'm chomping at the bit to once again see the enigmatic guardian of the Giza Plateau.
That was it. Did you catch it?
The Great Sphinx.
So there's a quick explainer here to get the combination for the lock, for the trunk in the corner there. We gotta listen to each tape, each is labeled, at this time in the tape. And then we get the combo based on the little hints that he gives us. So the look to numbers one is, believe it or not, a Bible reference. Alright, so I actually think I'm still missing a clue here. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn in. And if I remember correctly, the sound of this man going to sleep is hilarious. Ready? Okay, here it is. Like, that is the most tired sounding man. And he also has sleep apnea. If you wake up... just as dramatically, you will find that it is nighttime. And unfortunately, you can't wander around the spooky Sphinx. Spooky dookie. But what you can do light a match. You get answers. The more you stew over the key. Right, that's a clue as to where to find the key. So, we didn't need that, as it turns out. And you can't really do anything besides that at night, so good night again. I think I might have just remembered how to find the last clue. Aha! There's a lot of cross-referencing involved here, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna get that trunk open before I go anywhere. Alright?
Intact. I know this is trying, but you of all people can put the pieces together. You'll find that numbers will help solve this clue. Add the number of young bulls to 5. But you are being patient. The clue is in numbers, so listen carefully. Add the day number plus the number of doves, plus the number of pigeons. Good luck. Dead end wall.
Alright, we got everything we need. Alright. We're gonna go into our King James numbers. Now I have to cross-reference with my picture. This is what archaeology is like, I assume. So the clue for the first one is the number of days, plus the number of pigeons, plus the number of doves. So, 12. Alright, I've used the entire power of my brain, and I believe come up with the answer. So first we're going to toggle. Alright. Then we're going to go right. To 12. Left. To 6. Right. It didn't work. We all know how locks work, though. Always read the instructions. Alright, so it took about 20 minutes for me to get that lock open. And now I'm worn out, so I'm gonna quit for now. But next time we're gonna open this chest. We're gonna look inside, and then hopefully, I think we'll actually be going inside the pyramids. So subscribe to follow along.